How many times have you entered a room, looked at someone, and let the usual empty words slip out? Hi, how are you? You've spoken them countless times. You've heard them even more. But pause for a moment. Do they ever create depth? Do they ever strike the soul? Or do they fade instantly, swallowed by habit and routine? The truth is, these polite but hollow phrases rarely build connection. They keep conversations shallow, predictable, forgettable. And in a world starving for something real, forgettable is death. If you wish to stand out, if you wish to pull people toward you and etch yourself into their memory, you must go beyond politeness. You must bring presence. And this is where Stoic wisdom collides with psychology and even modern neuroscience. In this video, we will explore four words at the heart of powerful expressions that awaken emotion, dissolve resistance, and make people naturally lean into your presence. These are not tricks, but timeless tools. Tools that transform the way people experience you. Stay with me until the very end, because I'll also reveal a single phrase, an alternative to "Hi, how are you?" So rare and refreshing that it shifts the energy of any interaction in an instant. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to Anonymous Achiever and join our community where ancient wisdom meets modern strength. Now, let's begin. Perceive. The first word is perceive. At the heart of "I perceive you" lies one of the rarest gifts you can give another human being, the recognition of their existence in its raw truth. To perceive is to pierce beyond surface appearances, to acknowledge not just what is said, but what is meant. Psychology tells us that humans are wired to crave recognition as much as they crave food, safety, or belonging. When someone feels truly perceived, it quiets the restless storm inside them. Research on affect labeling shows us that when emotions are named, the amygdala, the brain's alarm system, quiets down, while the prefrontal cortex, the seat of reason and regulation, awakens. When you look someone in the eye and say, "I perceive what you're feeling," you are not just speaking, you are dismantling their chaos and giving them clarity. This is why those who perceive are magnetic. People want to remain near them, because near them, the weight is lifted. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus warned, "First, learn the meaning of what you say, and only then speak." To perceive before reacting is to master the ego. In life, this word gains its power in moments of tension or insecurity. When someone feels unseen, whisper slowly, "I perceive you," then pause. Allow the silence to deepen the weight of your words. In that moment, you become not just another person, but a mirror in which they finally recognize themselves. And those who recognize themselves in you, attach themselves to you. Acknowledge. The second word is acknowledge. At the center of that "I acknowledge" is respect. To acknowledge is not to flatter. It is not blind agreement. It is the disciplined act of honoring another's reasoning, effort, or truth, even if you do not share it entirely. Psychologists call this emotional mirroring, the act of reflecting back to someone that their thoughts have landed, their perspective has been received. Social psychology's shared reality theory explains why this works so powerfully. We feel closeness with those who confirm our view of the world. When you say, "That I acknowledge," the other person feels alignment, and alignment breeds connection. On a neurological level, acknowledgement activates reward circuits, creating a bond of reciprocity. It is as though someone offered you a piece of their inner world and you returned it with dignity. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "Be tolerant with others, strict with yourself." Acknowledgement is the essence of this discipline. It is the restraint to resist correcting, dismissing, or dominating, and instead to honor another's path of thought. But do not use acknowledgement vaguely. Ground it. Say, "That I acknowledge because I can see how you came to that conclusion." Specificity transforms acknowledgement from politeness into a reflection. And when someone sees their own logic mirrored within you, they feel safer, closer, more drawn into your orbit. This word can turn conflict into alliance, transforming opposition into shared ground. And in that ground, trust begins to take root. Affirm. The third word is affirm. In the phrase, "You are affirmed," lies the power to satisfy one of humanity's deepest cravings, the hunger for validation. No matter how confident one may seem, every soul longs quietly to be told, "You are right, you are worthy, you are not invisible." Affirmation is not surrender. It is emotional intelligence in practice. Psychologists speak of confirmation bias, our tendency to favor those who affirm what we believe. When you affirm someone, you are not losing influence, you are gaining it. By aligning momentarily with their truth, you strip away defensiveness and invite trust. But timing is everything. Used cheaply, affirmation becomes noise. Used with sincerity, it becomes unforgettable. Imagine a heated debate. Instead of fueling the fire, you stop, you look into their eyes, and you say, "You're affirmed in that." Instantly, the walls drop. The ego calms, the tone shifts. Stoic wisdom shows us why this matters. Seneca wrote, "It is the power of a great mind to embrace the truth, no matter where it comes from." To affirm truth in another is not weakness, it is strength. It reveals that you value reality over ego, truth over victory. The insecure must win every battle. The wise know when to yield. In attraction, affirmation becomes magnetic. It shows humility, it shows presence, it shows maturity. And paradoxically, people are more drawn to those who do not fight endlessly for dominance. To affirm sincerely is to liberate someone from the need to defend themselves. And when people no longer need to defend, they open. They lean closer. They trust deeper. They remember longer. Attend. The fourth word is attend. At the heart of I attend is presence. It may sound simple, but in a world consumed by noise, distraction, and vanity, to attend is one of the rarest gifts. Modern life teaches people to speak more than they listen, to compete for space rather than to hold it. Studies from the University of Minnesota show the average person retains only 25% of what they hear. That means true attention, attention without judgment, without premeditated replies, is painfully scarce. And what is scarce is valuable. When you look at someone and say, "I attend to you," you are saying more than "I hear you." You are saying, in this moment, nothing matters but your voice. Psychologists confirm that such attention fulfills the deep human drive for belonging. Neuroimaging studies reveal that being attended to activates the brain's reward centers, just like receiving gifts. Long before science, the Stoics knew this. Zeno of Citium reminded his students, "We have 2 ears, 1 mouth, so we may attend twice as much as we speak." Seneca taught that the wise are slow to speak, quick to listen, for true strength is shown in restraint. In attraction, attention is unmatched. Looks may draw the eyes, but attention captures the soul. For what sustains desire is not shallow beauty, but the sense of safety, the freedom to reveal oneself without fear. When you attend, you create sanctuary. And in sanctuary, people breathe easier, trust deeper, desire more. Authentic presence is magnetic. Attend, and you will be remembered. Before we move forward, if this message is opening your eyes to the deeper power of words, consider sharing it with someone who needs this wisdom. And if you wish to support the growth of Anonymous Achiever, you can click the thanks button below. Your presence here matters. Now stay with me, because I will reveal the simple phrase that can forever replace the hollow, "Hi, how are you?" and shift the energy of every conversation. The alternative to "Hi, how are you?" Let us return to where we began. Most conversations stumble forward on the same dull track. "Hi, how are you?" Empty routine, predictable, lifeless. It rarely sparks, rarely inspires, rarely creates true connection. But you now hold a better way. Here is the alternative I promised. Instead of asking, "Hi, how are you?" say, "Tell me what is alive in you." It is fresh, it is disarming. It pulls people out of the haze of routine. They pause, they reflect, and then they offer something real. That is the difference between mere politeness and presence. And once that door is open, remember the 4 words: perceive, acknowledge, affirm, attend. These are not tricks, they are timeless tools. They are the merging of Stoic wisdom and modern psychology, reminding us that influence does not come from speaking more. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.